Well, it is cold and flu season here in the west central Wisconsin area, and so I'm blessed this week with an extra deep radio voice. But I didn't want to let that stop me because I've got something really cool that I want to share with you this week in this video, and that is a demonstration of how we can program our boards wirelessly. And I'm going to demonstrate this using one of our snowboards, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at the setup that we're using. Okay, so to get things started, right here in the center we've got one of our snow prototype boards. And that is connected to a very simple Bluetooth module here on the breadboard. We of course have one of our trusty LCDs so that we can display some information as we go along and make some demonstrations. And then up in the upper left hand corner you will see an Accelerate board as well. We're really just using that only for power. I just have it hooked up to be able to get some power to the different devices that we're using as part of this demonstration. I want to draw your attention to one more thing in this picture, and that is I plan to be using the LEDs that are mounted on the snowboard for a couple of the sketches. However, I currently have them covered with a little piece of foam because they're so bright they saturate the camera for doing the videos. So they're covered up. You can still see them blink behind there, but when I'm calling out referencing blinking lights, you want to keep an eye on this part of the board. One other thing I want to introduce you to as well is an application that we've created to be able to program our board. And this is an Android app. I'm just running it on a very simple Android tablet. And there are a few things we can do with this. Up on the top, you'll see some buttons, and these are to program specific sketches. So we have some varieties of blink sketches. We also have two flavors of the Mandelbrot plotting sketches that I've used with other demonstration videos. And we can upload our Get Accelerate version, or I guess in this case, our Get Snow version. This is just a simple sketch that tells us what version of the FPGA image is resident on Accelerate or on the snowboard. Also tells us what our accelerator blocks happen to be installed and what clock speed it's going to be running at. So we can load that and use that as well. The cool thing we can do with this is not only can we upload sketches, but we can also image the FPGA from this app as well. Keep in mind, we do have the ability to change the image with Accelerate and with Snow and be able to upload new XBs as part of our Open Accelerate flow. And in this case, I've got two images, one a 16 megahertz and a 32 megahertz image for Snow that we're going to be using this app to upload as well. And then the bottom part of the app here just has some things we can use for debugging, sending, receiving data, and we'll see this kind of chattering as we go through. But this is a close-up look of an image of what this app looks like. We'll see it live here shortly in the video. So let's go ahead and get started. To start things off, I've got Snow loaded with a 32 megahertz image, and you can see that from the output of Get Accelerate version there in the green. And in addition, it's got the floating point Accelerate block on it. Now what I want to do is load the blink sketch. So all I need to do is just push this blink button. Now blink is a pretty small sketch, so it really doesn't take a lot of time to do it. So we're going to watch it here in real time. So there you can see the LED blinking behind the little piece of foam, but it is blinking. Now I want to do something a little more interesting. So instead of doing another blink sketch, I'm just going to load one of the Mandelbrot sketches instead. And I think I'm going to choose the Mandelbrot 2 sketch to load. So we'll go ahead and click that. This sketch takes a little bit longer to load, so I'm going to go ahead and jump forward in time to the point where it's already uploaded the sketch and read it back to verify that it was written correctly. Okay, so it is loaded, and I'm just going to let it go through one time here. There we go. It's all done. 7 seconds at 32 megahertz. Okay, so now we've demonstrated that we can upload sketches wirelessly, which is actually a pretty convenient thing. I mean, imagine that you have your board sitting inside of some kind of enclosure or whatever you have it in for your application that you're designing. You don't have to plug into it to change the sketch. However, what if you want to do more than that? What if you want to upload a new FPGA image? Well, we can do that as well. So that's what we're going to demonstrate now. And to do that, what I've done is I've jumped back to running Get Accelerate version. I didn't show it loading this time just to save time. But here it is. We're sitting here. You can see it on the screen at 32 megahertz. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and upload the 16 megahertz core. So I'm just going to press this button, and we're going to let that go to work. And as you can see, it starts kicking out information that it's loading that image. Now this load takes a while, somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes right now. So once again, I'm going to jump ahead in the video just to save some time. Okay, well our sketch is loaded. Now we want to verify that that image actually made it into the FPGA. So I'm going to go ahead and run Get Accelerate version. Now that that sketch has been uploaded and it runs, we can see that sure enough, we've got the 16 megahertz image sitting on the FPGA. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and run a couple of sketches with that now just to make sure everything's working. We might as well start with the old standby blink. So we'll run that one first. And there we are, a nice soft blue blinking back there. And why don't we make that blink a little faster? We'll click the Blink Fast button, upload that sketch as well. A nice quickly blinking blue light tells me that that sketch uploaded just fine, so everything seems to be working great. Well, that is it for this video, my friends. We are really excited about some of the things we're working on here with Snow and with Accelerate. This wireless programming is just kind of the tip of the iceberg of the things we want to be able to do, and I'm really glad you took the time to watch this video. Please keep an eye on our website or join our email list. We'd love to keep you up to date with some of the new things that we're working on. Until then, take care. Thanks again.